Child stars Selena Gomez and Miley Cyrus rose to fame through Disney, but their experience was far from magical. Behind the reality of being a child star, you might be shocked to learn the dark secrets of those under the intense pressure of the Disney spotlight. It's every parent's dream to see their child make it on the Disney Channel, and for Selena Gomez and Miley Cyrus, they became household names, but it wasn't without huge sacrifices. Selena felt really violated through her Disney days at the Wizards of Waverly Place, where she starred from 15 years old, causing her to almost leave the industry. And she's not alone. We saw Miley Cyrus lose her identity and be forced to change her name to keep the fruits of her hard work. Should Disney be allowed to work child stars so intensely with these harsh rules? Disney is like a machine, which has been known for identifying unknowns and turning them into stars, like Britney Spears, Zac Efron, Demi Lovato, and Shia LaBeouf. These young talents all got their start appearing on Disney shows or movies, providing them a platform and development to showcase their talents. Disney has strict control over the child stars to maintain the brand, with pressure to portray a good image at all times, including behavior and public appearances. Selena said, holding back tears, "I still have bad memories from that time in my life," and explained the forced interviews, where she stormed backstage after an interviewer wasn't paying attention to any of her answers, raging, "Effing dumbest thing ever. I'm done. I can't do that anymore. Do you know how cheap that makes me feel? She's asking me good questions, and then she didn't even pay attention to what I was saying. I don't want to do that ever again. I feel like a product." Because of Disney's rules, Selena lost her privacy as a teenager, stating, "I was never allowed to be anything less than perfect, and it was hard to live up to the expectations they set for me," which still triggers Selena today in a scene from My Mind and Me. Selena reflected on her traumatic time at Disney, she recalls. "It was making me angry. You know what it is? It made me feel like Disney," after a journalist made her feel uncomfortable in an interview. In another scene inside Selena's documentary, Wiping Tears Away, she explained, "I signed my life away to Disney at a very young age, so I didn't know exactly what I was doing," which caused Selena to feel isolated and lose her identity, as it was so difficult to balance her public and personal life. Do you think it was fair that Disney placed so much pressure on Selena at such a young age? Comment below. Miley Cyrus had a similar experience at Disney. As many of you know, Miley rose to fame as a child star on the Disney Channel show Hannah Montana, playing a character with a secret double life as a pop star. However, behind the scenes, Miley was dealing with the pressures of strict behavior and conduct rules of being a child star on a major network, which have impacted her in finding who she really is. Miley lost her identity for real while playing the character Hannah Montana, as she struggled to separate herself from the role. Being on Disney's tight leash, Miley found it hard to express herself and be true to who she was. She didn't even know if she owned her own name. This led Miley to officially change her name from Destiny Hope Cyrus to Miley Ray Cyrus, as it's commonly reported that her childhood nickname was Smiley Miley, as she was always smiling as a child. But this isn't actually why she changed her name. When Miley first signed on for the show, Miley was such a great fit for the role that Disney changed the name of the character to Miley, as Cyrus explained. "My name was Miley on the show," she told Howard Stern in 2017, "but I didn't own my name, and we didn't think about that. Like, yeah, you can use my name on the show, sure." And that's when my mom started understanding how people took advantage of a child. Miley's mom, Tish Cyrus, sought advice from consultants who advised Miley to create her own unique brand. This was the real strategic reason Miley legally changed her name, so she could take hold of and own her identity. "So once I was done with the show, I had to make sure that it wasn't just like they owned Miley forever." This helped Cyrus become more independent and separate herself from the image and control of Disney. Miley's salary at Disney was shockingly low for a TV star as big as she was. Quoting Cyrus from an interview with Elle, "I was probably the least paid person in the Hannah Montana cast because I didn't know any better," as she wasn't paid as much as her fellow castmates with smaller roles. Miley was paid $15,000 per episode, compared with Selena, who made $25,000 per episode on Wizards of Waverly Place. Miley endured a grueling work schedule and pressure to look good, which left her battling anxiety and body dysmorphia. Miley said, "I have these nightmares that I have to go back to Hannah Montana," Cyrus continued, "that all of a sudden the show gets called back and I've signed somewhere. Disney turned Selena Gomez and Miley Cyrus into stars. But was it worth the price they paid? What happened to their self-esteem and self-worth as they grew up in the public eye from teenagers to adults? The child stars were constantly being judged and criticized by the media, and this took a massive toll on how they thought about themselves. Both Selena and Miley have spoken openly about their struggles with mental health during their time at Disney. Selena stated that her self-esteem and body issues were a result of being criticized on social media for her weight. This stemmed from the pressures of maintaining a certain image while at Disney, affecting her mental health. Selena revealed on her documentary she suffered from depression and anxiety, not understanding what was happening to her until she was given an answer and diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Miley has also spoken about her struggles with anxiety and depression and has said that she felt like she'd lost a part of herself while under the control of Disney. It was really difficult for both Selena and Miley as they transitioned to adulthood under the intense scrutiny of the media. Miley has credited therapy and self-care for helping her to regain control of her identity and find a sense of peace, as well as her provocative music video Wrecking Ball that showed Cyrus swinging naked on a giant wrecking ball. The video caused a sensation and was widely criticized as a desperate attempt to shed her Disney image and prove her independence. It was a bold move as Miley wanted to show that she no longer wanted to be defined by her past and was ready to take control of her own image and career. Similarly for Selena, as a teen, she found it hard to manage the intense levels of scrutiny due to her lack of privacy with her very public relationship with ex-boyfriend Justin Bieber. She was overwhelmed by the constant speculation, paparazzis watching her every move, and pressure to maintain a perfect image at Disney. In the end, this took a massive hit on her mental well-being and stress levels. Selena struggled to shed her Disney image and live up to the reality she envisioned for herself, as she became upset at 25 years old that she was nowhere close to being married like she thought she would be. Selena said, "My highs and lows would last for months at a time. During those lows, she felt hopeless, and Selena considered taking her own life. I think when I started hitting my early 20s is when it started to get really dark, when I started to feel like I was not in control of what I was feeling, whether that was really great or really bad," she told Rolling Stone. Sometimes she wouldn't be able to sleep for days and felt extremely low and go into isolation. Selena said, "Sometimes it was weeks I'd be in bed not wanting to talk to anyone." Selena never attempted suicide but did spend years contemplating it, thinking the world would be better if I wasn't there. Gomez found help after going to 4 treatment centers. Despite the challenges faced as child stars at Disney, both Selena and Miley have come out stronger, with Selena now using her platform to share her message about mental health awareness. Watch this video next on Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber scenes inside her My Mind and Me documentary.